Hello again. The lack of proper housing continues to be a concern. The Western Cape is reported to have one of the biggest backlogs. It's alleged that some estate agents are illegally selling RDP houses. Today, Human Settlements Minister Mmamoloko Kubayi visiting the province to check on this situation. eNCA's reporter Ronald Masinda following developments there, joining us now live from the Cape Town area. Ronald, good afternoon. So these are very serious allegations that some RDP houses are being sold by estate agents amid this ongoing backlog.
Very serious allegations indeed, Braden, and those were some of the allegations made also previously by a number of community members who say many people have their RDP houses illegally sold by unscrupulous estate agents. But what we can tell you at this stage is that the sightseeing continues for the Human Settlements Minister and Deputy Minister. They are now in Woodlands here in Mitchell's Plain to inspect on a number of properties that are being built for people who need housing, which is quite a major concern here in the Western Cape. I am joined, Braden, by Nokolo Jali. She is a member of SHRA. She will explain a bit better about what her visit is here. Tell us a bit more about SHRA and what are your core responsibilities?
Right, so SHRA is the Social Housing Regulatory Authority. We are an entity of the Department of Human Settlements, and we are responsible for the investment and regulation of the social housing industry in South Africa. And what social housing is a subsidized rental housing option. What we're trying to do is to bring people out of the townships and into the urban areas where they're able to afford accommodation closer to where they live, closer to good amenities, transport routes, and good schools as well. So the rental housing option enables people at the lower end of the income market to be able to afford housing closer to the city.
Nicola, we've been told of quite a number of stories where people are selling RDP houses that were meant for vulnerable people. How much of an investigation or how much do you know about this issue, and how does SHRA address such a matter?
Right, so within the umbrella of the Department of Human Settlements, we do have different housing options. So the RDP is one of them, social housing is one of them. So while I fall specifically within social housing, items such as those are investigated by the department to ensure that these housing solutions are offered to the beneficiaries who they were built for. So we look into these kinds of things, and especially as SHRA, we are responsible after construction that we look at who are your beneficiaries, who has entered the units. We regulate the tenants as well to make sure that the past in South Africa does not repeat itself. We make sure that the people who are meant to receive this housing are indeed the people who get it.
What are some of the biggest problems then faced within this space in the Western Cape?
So in this space, the one challenge is that we have people who hijack the developments across South Africa. It's not just the Western Cape. So instances such as these, where we're on a live construction site, the moment the contractor finishes his work, you have people who immediately try and storm the place and hijack it. Other issues we have is rent boycotts. So for instance, some of our beneficiaries are confused as to the solutions that the department offers. Social housing is a rental option. It's not an ownership option. So then you find people who begin to boycott their rental, feeling as if, no, this is a housing situation that I want to own and I do not need to pay rent. So there are various aspects where we then start to educate our communities, make them aware of the different housing options that are available under the umbrella of the department. But the point is that we all need to understand that there are different solutions for different needs.
Paula, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to quickly bring in the MEC of Human Settlements here in the province, Mr. Titus Simmons. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're quite busy, but just in terms of today and yesterday's visit, what is the significance of these visits?
Well, I do believe the significance, firstly, when we started in the garden route, is that the Minister could see where we, as a three spheres, work together with the community, also in Bito in the Kolweni project, that we could actually prevent the community from firstly closing the end to again, but that we've also transferred a lot of skills through empowerment, and also women in construction in that specific site. Ultimately, we also handed over title deeds, but we also showed what can go wrong in construction in terms of the Wolverdans project in Mossel Bay, where after 10 years we are seeing slopes damaging our units. In terms of today, what we've seen, we started off in Masiphumelele where a disaster happened. The three spheres of government needed to react, but the Minister for herself saw today what community dynamics can do, or let's rather say the lack of community cohesion, which the Minister effectively addressed. And we've also gone through various other projects. We are here in New Woodlands, in Mitchell's Plain, where we are also going to integrate 2 different communities. So the Minister is very happy. She's seeing that we are getting things done, and also that we are speaking to the specific objectives which she as the National Minister has, but also in the context of the Western Cape.
All right. Mr. Simmons, before I let you go, I mean, we've touched on this a bit, but also what we've been hearing on the grounds, also issues where people have sold their own RTP houses only to find themselves wanting to be back on the housing waiting list. And this, of course, should be quite problematic for not only your department, but the City of Cape Town. But it's just in terms on the other issue that we dealt with, the issue of bogus agents. Just briefly tell our viewers what the investigations are into this matter.
Well, the investigations are into alleged cartels of people who portray themselves as real estate agents. They are selling RDP units, sometimes without the knowledge even of the occupants. So we did receive finally, since 2019, a member of the public who was willing to bring tangible proof. We submitted that proof through to the Provincial Special Investigation Unit. They are looking into that matter. But this is the first substantive case where we have proof that people are busy acting illegally. Because what we are seeing is that the same people that are selling these houses, or they are being removed out of the houses through illegal sales, move back into informality, defeating the objective and the outcomes which the 3 spheres of government which to envisage. At the moment, that case is with a Provincial Forensic Investigating Unit. They will be investigating that matter, and once I get the report, obviously they will tell me what to do, how to act, because I have said that this is the first case where there's tangible proof. I want it to be tested, and I want to hold those people accountable in the Western Cape. More so because in the City of Cape Town, where they have a massive backlog, and if people are selling houses illegally, we need to be sure we stop them telling the tricks this time.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. Well, stern words there from the MEC of Human Settlements in the province, is saying that, those investigations are still ongoing, but it seems like there is tangible proof. And who's to know that perhaps maybe 1 or 2 arrests will be made in due course, because many people that we spoke to say that this is an ongoing issue, especially in the province that has a huge housing backlog.
Thank you very much, Ronald Masinda in Cape Town, following the visit of the Minister of Human Settlements, Mmamoloko Kubayi there.